I've got some self-adhesive webbing tape, and that's the best stuff to use here because you don't have to put mud on it first. So I'm just going to overlap it over on top, and I'm just going to kind of unroll it and put it on. It's already got sticky stuff on it. Well, do I want to move my ladder? I guess I can move my ladder. Oops. I'm trying to do this without having to stop the camera. So I'll just move my ladder along here. And hold this up there. And I'm just putting it right in the middle there. That's all I got to do. I want to hold it just beyond. Got a putty knife here. It's a broad knife, 4-inch broad knife, drywall broad knife, and I hold it at an angle. Hold the tape at a slight angle here. Ooh. And rip it off. Okay. Now I could leave it right like that if I wanted. What I'm going to do, I think I'm going to put a little bit more on and overlap it on both sides. You know, I could probably get away with just leaving it the way it is. I'm going to overlap it a little. It's just going to make it a little bit stronger along here. Let's see if I can just walk up here this time. Hold that up there. I usually do this on the wall, so upside down is a little bit trickier here. There. Just push it on there. And I can go again here. Kind of push it on there with your hand. Okay. Now I can put some mud up there. That's going to help. If the edge of where the drywall was before, it's going to make sure to bond that down tight. I could have just put it in the middle, like I said, and just fill up the mud from both sides. So you can do it that way too, I think. Now that's the first option you got, to put the overlap the webbing tape a little bit beyond where the groove was. But you know what? Because we removed that tape, you saw there's a little indentation exactly where the tape is, and I peeled all that off. So there's an indentation on both sides, so I can put the tape right down the middle. Then when I fill up the mud, I wouldn't have to make the patch, but about yay wide, you know. But if I leave it this way, I've got the tape here. Now I got to build and put quickset over the top of that. Then I have to build more mud over the top of that. So pretty soon, to taper this all out, I'm going to have to go out about yay wide. If I just put the tape in the middle of there, I would only have to go about this wide. Okay? So that's what I'm going to end up doing. I'm going to take this tape off. Just giving you an option here. Okay? I'm going to take this tape off. Really easy to work with this tape. I could probably reuse one of these pieces. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to hold it up there. It's still nice and sticky. Hold it right in the middle and overlap it just a little bit. I want to overlap that last little bit, you know, to blend it in nicely. Now I'm just going to put it right in the middle of that groove. Makes sense? If I do that, I only have to fill up with quickset right over the top of the tape and no further than this. Okay, so that's going to be my next step. I'm going to use quickset, mix that up. Instead of regular all-purpose mud, I'm going to use this stuff called quickset. That way it goes in there and it will dry and it won't shrink soon enough so that I can put another coat on right now before I leave. If I put all-purpose mud in there first, right now, for the first coat, I'm going to have to wait until that dries 100% before I put the second coat on. Okay, so that's why on patches, I always like to use quickset over the tape first. Made a slight change here. I think what I'm going to do is cut the tape back just to fit it right in my groove. I'm not even going to overlap it. And when I put quickset on that right there, it'll cover that up fine. I'll float over that. That way I don't have to build up the ceiling any more than I have to. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off right there. And peel that little piece off. Okay, now I got a little ridge all the way around there, and I can put my mud right in there. It'll be fine. When I put quickset in there, it's going to bond from there over. It won't crack out. I'll be fine. You can do it that way, or you can overlap. You can overlap the tape. If you overlap the tape here, then you've got a patch all the way out to here. But because it's just a tape piece that we removed, I only have to patch up to here, see, instead of way out to there. All right? Looks good. The reason why I like webbing tape so much, see all the little ribs in there? You put your mud on there, it's going to go right up through the tape and it's going to bond right up to the sheetrock as well as to the outside of the tape as well. It's nice and clean to put up. It knocks down one extra pass of putting sheetrock mud, because I would have had to put mud up there first, then I would have had to put the dry tape, the paper tape up there and fiddle with that, get that on there, and then put more tape over that, or more mud over that. This is a one-step process. Now you just put the mud on and it's going to bond nice and tight. I pretty much use webbing tape for all of my patches. You can even use it for new work if you want. It's just a little bit more expensive than paper tape. So if you're doing an entire room, let's say, then you might as well stick with the paper tape, because there's only going to be so much work that you can do at one go. I use the webbing tape on patches. Easier, quicker, cleaner, and then I put my quickset on and away I go.